stop you in case.
Okay, we're good to go.
We're live.
We're live now. Thank you, Oberon, for letting me know that. I just saw the green button at the bottom. Okay,
That's all
I'm
right.
not even
Just go ahead.
I'm not even going to start over. I'm just going to let you guys go with it, run with it, and tell everyone why you're in the dream team, why you chose the dream team, and what it's doing for you. Because dropship domination is the best way now to make profit online, and DSD is the best platform. The Dream Team is part of a huge group of 100,000 people in DSD, and we have tremendous support and all. So, Corey, let's get started with you. Tell us how long you've been in, what you've been doing with it, and why you suggest to those listening today what why they should start with DSD and the Dream Team.
Well, welcome everyone to the wonderful hangout that we have every Monday. Like Charlie said, my name is Corey. I've been involved in DS domination since the beginning of time. It seems like back in September of 2013. Um, Learned about this little online company from a friend of mine, and didn't really know much about it, but was more than willing to take the risk of only $20 because usually I spend more than that just putting it in my gas tank in my car, spending money on my family for dinner or so forth. It's pretty simple. It's a very easy job to do. I usually do it in the morning. Uh, Sit on my couch and drink my coffee and list items and then ship them out when someone purchases them. It's pretty simple. There's many aspects of DS domination, and the first aspect of DSD is the pro. That's where you learn your basics of everything that happens in the company. They teach you step-by-step procedures. There's videos that teach you, like I said, step-by-step on how to find a product, how to list a product on eBay, and how to ship it, and even down to the point of if there's a problem, how to refund and everything else. This is really a very good at-home business that you can do from your house or from the convenience of sitting in Starbucks or if wherever you want to be. This is really a true at-home business. And like I said, I've been doing it since September 2013. I'm doing very well. Um, it's a great business. I've been very successful in it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's really good business.
All right, thank you, Corey. Um, Certainly, from the start, you've got Pro and you've got all the rest of the products, and we're going to mention the other products. But like Corey said, he started with Pro for the $20 and has been building his business and making more and more profit. We're going to let a tremendous fella talk now, one who is just a super guy who's facilitated the Hangouts before. Freddie, go ahead. Freddie, can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I just had to make sure that my phone was not on mute. Yeah. Hey everybody, how you doing? It's good to be on today's hangout with the Dream Team. I'm just very excited. I'm always excited about DS domination. It's been something that I actually can tell you I felt confident enough to brand myself with DS domination. You see lots of people, they brand themselves with things out there in life. There's people out there that are watching NBA basketball right now. There's the playoffs going on, and you got your favorite team, and you're following after your favorite team in hopes that they're going to continue winning. And whether they win or not, regardless, people are so true blue to their team that they'll go buy the jerseys, they'll go buy the shoes, they'll go buy the hat, they'll go buy the gear, and they'll go out there and they'll represent. And it's because they're confident in what it is they're representing. When it comes to the work from home business, and when it comes to the stay at home income making through your computer and your keyboard and mouse, not many people can step out and say, that I'm confident enough to brand myself with this particular company. People out there right now are being let down. People out there spending over $900 to join something where they have to purchase a Wonder product, whether it be a shake, whether it be a skin cream or a gel that makes your hair hard like a rock, or some kind of vitamin that makes you grow an inch, and it helps your testosterone go higher above the. I don't know. There's many things out there, but when you spend much money to join something like those things, if you want to make money, you have to be a particular kind of person that goes out there and starts recruiting people and starts going out there and having parties. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you do that out there, I'm not out here to like target you or put you in a negative zone. But I can tell you from my past experience, I did those kinds of things in my past, and I had major success because I'm the kind of person. I'm an evangelist. I travel across the world, throughout the country. I'm a preacher. I'm up behind pulpits preaching to churches almost every week, and it's one of the giftings I have, and I thank God for it. But the thing is, though, when it comes to making money from home and me in that atmosphere of doing those kinds of things, I'm attracting people, and they're joining my business, but they may not have those skill sets to do what I have done. And they can be learned. They can be learned. There's no doubt about that. I've seen people who never had them kind of gifts turn around and switch it around and have success. But the numbers in that ball field is always, no matter how you look at it, 90% of people are always failing and losing money. What do you mean, Freddie? Well, what I mean is this. If I join a multi-level marketing business that I need to pay $1,000 to join to sell a particular Wonder product, I have to go out there and get at least 2 or 3 people to do the same thing that I just did for me to break even. Notice, I spend $1,000, I'm in the hole. I go get 3 people, I break even. Well, then you got 3 people in the hole. Well, look at that. 90% of your team's already failing. And then let's say those 3 people are rock stars enough to go out there and get 3 people each. That 3 times 3, then you got 9 people in the hole. 3 people broken even, and then I finally made some money. Well, then it keeps continuing. Then it goes to 27 people in the hole, 9 people broken even, 3 people making money. Now I'm kind of a little bit boss balling. And once the numbers get great and great and great, you can sit there and say, I got 500,000 people on my team. I'm making $500,000 a month. Well, 90% of your team is in the hole. See, with DS Domination, I love it because it's just something you can do from the comforts of your home. I started off joining at the pro level, $19.95 a month. First of all, I did not believe it because I was expecting it. When my sponsor, Kenya Alu, told me, Freddie, it's $19.95. I sat there and said, what? $19.95? I never heard of no MLM where you spend $2,000. What kind of product is this? And I'm not purchasing a shake or a skin cream or something. I'm actually purchasing just training that's online in a back office through training modules that you watch. And she's like, yes. And I'm like, I don't got no $2,000. At the time, I was struggling financially. She goes, no, Freddie, $19.95. And I said, huh? Well, now I sure don't want to do it because I don't believe it. It's not even $20, and I'm supposed to make money. I don't believe it. It's got to be expensive. She's like, just trust me. I bought the training, gave it to my wife. She jumps on board. I didn't want to do it. I said, here, honey, here's the password. Go log into the back office. Go watch those training videos. I don't even know how to do eBay. And she's like, well, I don't either, but these trainings show you how. She goes and does it. The next morning, she wakes up. I made $50. And I'm like, oh, boo-hoo, $50. I was like, we're struggling financially. We need more than $50. And I was thinking with the traditional, conventional mindset. And at the end of the week, she made over like $100. And I'm like, okay, well, we're struggling. That's good money. That's gas and that's food. Okay, show me what are you doing? And I jumped on board and I started doing it. Before at the end of the month, we made $300. And I'm like, dude, when you're struggling financially and you're making $300 without having to do a party, without having to recruit, without having to go out there and tell people, hey man, join this business, friends and family. We took off with it. The next month, drop shipping on pro level, we made $1,200 to $1,500, and it just kept excelling. We upgraded package. We went to elite training. The elite training empowered our income by another $1,000. We upgraded. We went to unleashed Unleash started showing us cashback offers. We started making more money. We upgraded more. We went to Monopoly, and we went to Genesis, and now we're involved in DS domination. Options domination, and we've been in this since the very beginning, like Corey Mullins. And check this out: we have like come to a place where there's so much success rolling in from DS Domination. On the affiliate side, it's paying me more than any of the jobs I've ever had. Drop shipping is paying for all my groceries, and now we're eating organic because now we can afford it. You know, spending up to $1,000 a month on organic groceries was something that I never imagined myself doing, and now here I am. I don't even drink regular milk. I don't even eat regular um, food anymore. It's so weird. I'm eating organic, and I'm trying to get healthy. My son had a brain tumor. You know, we don't want we're trying to watch for our health, and DS Domination has provided all kinds of avenues in our life to improve because of the financial struggle we live in today. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there right now, let me tell you, everything I've told you was just a testimony of what I had so far with DS Domination and working with this wonderful team called the Dream Team. But DS Domination in the next few days is going to go to another level. DSD 2.0 is about to be released, meaning everything I've told you so far about our training, all of it's going to be wiped out and replaced with something that is like on steroids. Like, we were already killing it. Now things are going to be happening where we don't have to worry about inventory. We don't have to worry about managing and searching for listings. Things are going to be more automated. Things are going to be more just user-friendly. Click the button. We're going to have a fresh new website, a fresh new design. I know I'm talking a lot. I'm coming to a close. I'm just excited about what DS Domination is doing, and I'm anticipating seeing every one of you at the event in Dallas. We're having a DSD event, our second annual DSD event. The first one, we had over 2,000 plus people there that traveled from all over across the world to see the latest trainings, and we're going to be coming to Dallas at the end of this month for some more training and to meet one another and to have a wonderful time. So if you're watching this Hangout right now, you definitely got to go back to the person who told you about it, or you got to go and connect them and ask them, how can I get to that event in Dallas, because I need to be there in person. I need to become a believer. And don't wait for Dallas. It's $19.95. It's the cost of a pizza. Why don't you get started today, because you're not promised tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to you, Charles, and that's just what DS Domination and the Dream Team has done for me.
Absolutely fabulous testimony, Freddie. Can you tell that Freddie is fired up and excited about this business? Let me ask you a question. Since you got started with DSD and the Dream Team, are you financially struggling right now, Freddie?
Oh man, I'm definitely not one to ever boast. Let's even just imagine. Let's just say I was a millionaire, which I'm far from. If I was a millionaire, this is the thing. More money equals more problems if you lack discipline. One of the things DS Domination for me has helped me with is helped me to realize that I need help with discipline financially. And since my coming on board DSD and having success, I have had to face that enemy within me, and I look in the mirror, and that guy's the guy that needs to be defeated. But it's good, though, because I've been challenged. The Dream Team has also provided for us. This is something that's away from DS Domination. Our team is the largest team in DS Domination. In Kenya, Alu, Trent Weidman, and also Anil, they have created the War on Debt classes within the Facebook group of the Dream Team, and they're having hangouts and trainings and stuff. So I'm over here now learning how to war on debt. So the only problem that I've had since I've been in DSD financially is keeping my money, because it doesn't matter how much money you make, it matters how much money you keep. And I've made some money, a lot of money, more than I've ever had in my life with DS Domination. And I can tell you that I look back at last year and how much I spent, and I'm like, you know what? 2015 is going to be a turnaround. I am definitely going to pocket my money, put it in the bank, and invest in my future and invest in my business. So, the problem I have is trying not to spend the money that comes in. God help me.
All right, very good. Thank you, Freddie.
Yeah, have a good
Freddie's
one.
here Freddie's here in the States. Where are you, Freddie? You're in Arizona, aren't you?
I'm in Arizona.
All right, great. We're going to go to Oberon now. She is not in the States. She's over in England.
Well, can you guess where I'm from the accent? Not Arizona.
Go ahead, Oberon. Tell us your story.
Well, hello everybody. My name's Oberon, and I've been with DS now since November 2013, so quite a long time. And excuse me, hay fever season here in the UK, and it's really starting to catch me. And well, a friend of mine got hold of me, and he said, "Well, you like selling on eBay, don't you?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." Like, "Oh, well, I've got something for you to take a look at." And I remember putting in the UK, if you're watching this in the UK, the Pro package is £12.50, a whole £12.50. Like Freddie said, the price of a pizza. And I remember being really nervous as I was putting in my credit card details, thinking, oh my goodness, is this another one of those things? And I tell you what, that was the best £12.50 I have ever spent, because I started off like everybody else here on the panel, on my Pro, £12.50, sitting down. I watched this mental Canadian on these videos teaching me how to do what we do for a living, how to sell on eBay. And my first listing went up, and I thought, okay, well let's see how it goes. I went on the school run to pick the kids up from school, and while I was round at my friends after school having a cup of tea, my phone went cha-ching in my pocket. I was thinking, what the heck is that? Got my phone out, and I'd made a sale. 1.5 hours after I got started, after I put the listing up, I made my first sale, and it was a whole £5 profit. But you know what? That was the first £5 I'd ever made online, ever. And I was so chuffed. I did like this little weird dance all the way around the kitchen. And my friend thought I was absolutely insane. But to me, it was kind of proof that it worked. And that was it. I had the bug then. Every day I was sitting there getting some listings up, tweaking the listings, watching the training over and over again. And it was about 3 or 4 weeks before I wouldn't say got up the courage, but I wanted to prove to myself that it really did work. So about 3 weeks later, I was sick to death of being bugged by people, to be honest. They were saying, what are you into now? What are you doing? I was like, look, give me a month and I will let you know if it's working, because I'm not going to put my name to something that's not going to work. And I tell you what, I lasted 3 weeks before I got so happy about my, I knew that this was going to change somebody's life, and my life as well. And I thought, this is just, it's my duty to tell people about this, because somebody on my friends list, somebody who I know, really needs to hear about this. And that was it. It went from there. A few months later, I found myself at my first ever corporate event, which was last year's Vegas event, which was amazing. I met so many amazing people. And again, that was a massive step, leaving the UK, leaving my kids, with other people for 3 days while I flew out to Vegas. And it was an amazing experience. And it was so welcoming, and people were just so ready to share. There was none of this, oh, well, I'm not going to tell you anything. It was, people were just so friendly and willing to share. And it's gone from strength to strength. And it's now got to the point where me and my family, we're ready to put our visas in to move to the States based on my DS business. It has grown to the point where I can now look at moving across to the States to be with my family, because my family live in Orlando. I'm the only one left here in the UK. And, I am not embarrassed to put this business in front of the London embassy and to get that Eagle stamp on it. And I don't think you can have any better testimony than an attorney who is willing to put this in front of the US Embassy. So, yeah, I mean, for us, it's going from strength to strength, and every time we go in, now it's got to the point where every time I go into a shop and I get my phone out, my kids go, oh, Mummy, are we looking for things to sell? Are you going to get your unicorn donuts app out? Are you going to be doing some donutting, Mummy? I've got them very well trained. But yeah, they love it, and it's so nice because I can stay home with them. I mean, you might see them come toddling across the back of the screen because they're really curious. Whenever I'm on something like this, they always have to come and say hi. But I can stay home with the kids now. I don't have anything else to do other than my DS business. I don't have to go and work a job. I don't have to put my kids in childcare. In the summer holidays, we get 6 weeks here in the UK. you know, me and the kids, we can go out, we can do stuff every day. I don't have to say, no, mummy's got to work. No, sorry, kids, you're off to the childminders. You know, I'm there for everything. I don't miss a sports day. I don't miss a reading day. I don't miss anything. If the teacher needs me to come into school, I can come into school. You know, if the teachers need some help with a school trip, I don't have to go to a boss and say, oh, can I please have some time off so I can spend a little bit of precious time with my children? You know, I'm there all the time, which is awesome. You know, so if DS has done nothing else for me, it's moved my family to the States and given me the chance to see my kids grow up, you know, which is great. And I don't know any other business that I can do that with. You know, there's no begging a boss for time off, nothing. And I set my own hours. I've met some fabulous, amazing people. Shout out to everybody on here who has come here through me. And, you know, and all this with £12.50, $19.99. You know, you wouldn't cry if you left a $20 note in your jeans and washed it. So why not put it towards something that's going to change your life? And back to you, Charlie. I think I pretty much did it there.
Okay,
I
very
hope you
good.
didn't have to put subtitles. Did you have to put subtitles up there? Did everybody understand me there?
No, that was great.
That was great.
I'm getting an echo right now for some reason. I don't know why. But Freddie mentioned it, and you mentioned it about talking to your friends and not being afraid to talk to others about
Not at
DS.
all. You're not afraid to put your name on this. And actually, I have my T-shirt. I don't know if you can see it there, but I have my DS Domination T-shirt, which I wear out. I wear it to the gym and stuff, and I forget. You know, whereas with some things you'd be scared to tell your friends, but no, you know, everybody knows that I do eBay, and I'm kind of the go-to person whenever they need to talk to me about eBay. But no, I'll happily shout from the rooftops. You know, DS Domination is what's made my move to the States possible, and that's been something 20 years in the making.
What I do want to bring out that you don't have to tell others. You don't have to recruit.
Oh no, to be honest, for me, it was I didn't want to recruit. I came from a network background. I used to work with a popular makeup company, shall we say, and they had me. You had to recruit to make money in that, and I hated every single minute of it. They had me knocking on doors. They had me chasing down. The rule was if somebody came within 3 foot of you, you spoke to them, and I hated it because that wasn't me. So when my friend said, oh, and by the way, there's no recruiting with DS, I was like, yes, sign me up. And to be honest with you, it got to the point where it was stopping people from joining me because I didn't want them to join me when they were telling, they were saying, come on, you're into something and it's working. What is it? I was like, I don't want to tell you because I don't want to recruit. But now, I've got a team going because this really does help people, and it's real. You're selling real things. You're selling. I mean, I have sold some hideous things. I'll tell you. I've sold some really ugly dinner sets to some very unfortunate people. But there are real things that you're selling. You can, it's not something that's sort of a bit airy fairy and a bit. Everybody knows what a dinner set is. Anybody can sell bins. Well, one of my first items was a bin I was selling. My kids now go and tell people, what does mummy do for a living? She sells bins. It's real. So you've got something to tell people, but you don't have to speak to a single soul and you would still make money.
Very good. Excellent. Timothy, we're going to listen to your story now. Tell us who you are and when you got into it and how it's doing for you.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much, Charlie. I love DS Domination. Y'all just heard from Freddie, and Freddie was the one who got me in. And by the way, before I keep on going, and I'm here in Dallas, Texas now, and I think everybody's here. They're excited because we're having an event coming here in my hometown. And I'm just looking forward to that. But DS Domination has been it's been a very fortunate turnout for me, and like I said, I thank God for my brother Freddie Hidalgo here, just because I was just looking on Facebook, and it'd been a hard business year for me. I had been selling legal insurance, and it just got to the point where, I was being taught some old things, just to go cold call and door to door knocking, and I was wasting gas, wasting energy, and it just got to the point where I was like, man, I mean, I'm getting a lot of sales, but because of wasting time and doing cold calling, and I'm barely making any profit. So earlier or later on in that year, come December 2013, I saw Freddie's page, and we were hooked up, from a couple of years before, and I saw that he was doing this eBay thing, and you can start for $19.95. I thought, all right, cool, sounds good. Sounds good. Let's see, what it turns out to be like. But I trusted Freddie. I know he was a guy that he's really sincere, and he's very truthful. So I thought, all right, let's give this a shot. And literally like the first day the first day I joined, or the first listing I put up, I'd say within 24 hours I got my first profit of 3 cents. I'm not joking. I had misunderstood on how to, put the profit higher, so I got my first 3 cents on my first item. So I was like, all right, it works though. That's the thing, it works. I was so excited. I was like, oh snap! I looked at my phone, cha-ching, within 24 hours. But I got my 3 cents. But man, this is my 3 cents. So I just I was one that had a slow start because I was really recovering from a difficult financial year. And so long story short, I've gotten up to the point where I can sell on Amazon, and as of last week, a couple of days last week, I had multiple $100 days. I think last Tuesday I had over $300, $320 day. I had another $100 and something day, and today's starting to look like the same. Yeah, I'm not complaining, and because we've had some very difficult times. Life happens, and life happens perfectly, and there's been some huge medical out-of-pocket expenses that have come our way. Even though if we have insurance, there's some things that, like I said, life happens perfectly. And I honestly believe if it weren't for the money that I was making with DS Domination, we would be just like in a huge, just like the endless, bottomless pit, a financial pit. So because of that, we are able not to only pay those off, and also, like we just mentioned, there's another group that we have, a War on Debt. Because of the leadership that we have, I'm able to not only get the money, but keep the money and spend it wisely. So not only am I making money with DS Domination, I'm able to spend it wisely. And the cool thing is, amidst of all that, you can see it here on my tag, that I was able to use the DS Domination money that I had with cashback programs. And even though the pro, that's what we start off with, you keep on going up. As you make more money, there's more training that you can get up to. And we have our cashback programs and the affiliate money that I get. I was able to purchase a 5-day vacation on the beach, a hotel on the beach on Fort Lauderdale, Florida, for this June. So you can't go wrong, really. You're learning how to spend your money wisely. I'm able to still, after all that, be able to go to vacation. There's just so many things, and I just want to give props too, because if you're on here, you're not really understanding who these people are. And of course, we have great leaders, and I always like to point that out. And Freddie and Corey have been really helpful to me. Corey especially, man, he has a lot of patience. I had trouble one time trying to get my funds transferred into my bank account, and man, I felt like sometimes he was ready to shoot me, but he's just a really patient guy. Yeah, he's smiling because he knows what I'm talking about. And I was like, oh man, it was that simple, man. I just missed it. Here, they just spent the time and no matter how confused I was, but that, it just goes to show that not only is the program great, is the money is great, but what I highly value is the leadership that we have on the team. To me, I don't care how much money you're making. I do not care how much money you're making. You can be a money making person and you lack leadership, I will not follow you. I will not. But we have a bunch of leaders here that really set the example. They show us by leading, and they care for others. So I'm just in a seventh heaven right now, and I do have to say that I know that some people are not looking. They want to come here, make money, not having to recruit, and that's the way I came in. And I do have to be real transparent here. For the majority of last year, I was starting to do pretty good. I was starting to roll up a lot of recruiting, and then life happened, and I stopped. And like I said, I'm being real transparent here. So now I'm starting to roll things up again. I'm talking to a lot of people. And what I'm really pointing at is that on our DS Domination, as part of the package that we get for $19.95, and then being an affiliate, which is an extra $9.95, we seriously have like top producers, top industry leaders showing us how we can go out and market and tell other people, not bugging other people, but professionally building up your own image and attracting people to you so you can get them into DS Domination. We have like literally top leaders how to do that, and that's what I've been starting to do lately within the last month. And things people are starting to ask me, and where I'm starting to get more information out, and it's just about time. Just a little bit of time, you're all going to see we're going to start getting more people, even more back into DS Domination. So, yeah, if you don't want to recruit, you don't want to make money off of recruiting, that's a good thing. You don't have to. You can just base it off of the money that you make with the drop shipping side. However, you love building teams. If you're that person there that loves doing that, well, come on in. We want you here too. So, Charlie, I'm done. As you can see, like everybody else here, I'm real passionate about DS Domination. 2 thumbs up.
Thank you, Timothy, and thank you for the explanation. As Timothy talked about, you can either recruit, or you can sell online, or you can do both. And as Timothy said too, he's gone up through the levels to make more profit, to make more money. And this is something that you can do. But what we recommend really is to start with $19.95, start with the pro package, and learn and grow, and so that you're never having to spend after that any more money out of your own pocket. You're growing your business through profit you're making from drop shipping or from telling others and recruiting. So this is something amazing about DSD. And some people just it comes natural to them. Other people struggle with it a little bit, like transferring the funds to the bank. But we have all these members, these guys on here, been since the beginning, that are there to help you out, walk you through it. And that's what's so great about the Dream Team is it's not just Alessandro and Kenya, but there's a tremendous amount of people on here that are true leaders, and they just step up to the plate and help you if you have any questions or problems. But we're going to go to a new guy now. And he's only been in the Dream Team since January. So, Ed, now it's your time to tell us your story.
Thanks, Charlie. I'm just blessed to be here in this team of great leaders. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Going back just a few years when I was just coming out of high school, a couple years ago. I started in sales back then. I've sold brushes. I've sold soap. I've sold juice. One of the things I haven't sold is makeup. I've got a face for radio, so makeup wasn't going to make much difference on that. But I've been a stay-at-home, work-at-home person since 2008 when I got laid off from a major corporation. I've looked at many different businesses. I've worked for different companies. Um, Nothing really fit me. But I'll tell you what, when I first got approached from a young military couple, Victor and Christy Monroy, um, and I really didn't even know them. I spent 13 years in the military, and I stick around. I'm real near Fort Knox, and so I'm you know with them a lot. But Victor and Christy are actually we're in South Carolina until a couple of days ago when Victor actually retired from the military. He's going to be doing DSD full time. Um, they impressed me so much, and I've been looking for some sort of opportunity where there was a team involved. And in all the other multi-level marketing or direct sales businesses that I've been in, we all had teams, but we could never. It seemed like they discouraged you from talking to anybody who wasn't in your direct line of sponsorship. And what I love about the Dream Team is I can go to Freddie or I can go to Corey or Timothy or Oberon and say, hey, I got a question and I can't find anybody else to give me an answer. Can you give me an answer? And I can get an answer, and they'll help you. And it profits them nothing to help me, but they're going to help me anyway. And that's the kind of team that I wanted to be a part of. I started DSD in January. It's the first business like this that I've been a part of that I made money from the very first day. I made my 1995 back before I could even knew it was gone, and it's just gone from there. Very first person I brought into the business was my daughter. Second person was my niece, and they're doing awesome also. And they're not even doing the affiliate side of things. They're just doing the pro and making money on eBay, and it's awesome for them. They're both young married girls, and it's making a huge difference in their life already. My daughter's already looking at the future and seeing that she can actually be free from having to work for somebody else at a very young age. You might see Tinkerbell hanging on the wall back here. That reminds me of my granddaughter who lives 1,200 miles away from me. This business has already made it possible. My wife and I went and visited for a week back the 1st of April because of what I was able to do just in a short time with this business. So I'm just excited because this team is just incredible. This opportunity is incredible. When I first, how can it be that easy to list something from Amazon and sell it for a profit on eBay? It can't be that easy. It's that easy. It really is. And if you're sitting there wondering whether it works, try it for 1995 for a month, and you'll see it works. You make that 3 cents, like Timothy said, and automatically, hey, if I can make 3 cents, I can make $3. I can make $30. I can make $300 if I do it right. So, great training, great teamwork. It's just incredible what this business is doing for people every single day. And so if you're on the fence, get off the fence and join the person that invited you to hang out here, or just go back to them and ask them more questions, because you'll get your questions answered. And if you whatever you want to do, but we're all moving forward. So that's about all I got, Charlie. Thanks a lot.
Great testimony, Ed, from a new guy. We appreciate that. And get started with Pro, and just get started today. The 1995 is going to put you in front of a lot of training videos that will show you how, step by step, to sell online and make a profit. But even if you don't, even if you should decide this is not for you and you don't want to sell online, what you're going to learn is how to buy, and you'll save more money than the $20. I mean, when I go online now, I just don't buy the first thing. I start researching and get the best price.
Absolutely.
So And then you learn, not only do you learn how to buy, you learn how to shop, and you save that way. But getting a home-based business started is also, you can save that 20 bucks back more than 100 times over in tax deductions as a home-based business. And so there's just many reasons to start today and purchase Pro. But before I say any more, I'm going to go back to Corey and then Freddie and then Oberon and Timothy, and just let y'all just say one positive thing or one suggestion or one piece of advice you have for those listening today. Corey?
Well, the one thing that I want to say is this company, this business is so simple. It's so easy that my 15-year-old son, under the direction of myself and my wife, because you have to be 18 to legally do it, under the direction of myself and my wife, he's been able to create a small little tiny income for him, probably around 200 bucks a month. And he is so excited. I'll sit there on my couch and we'll sit there together. We'll pick out products together and I'll let him list it. I set him down. He watched all the training videos. He watched everything, and then he knew exactly what he needed to do in order to post the product. When he sold his first product, I thought he was going to run circles around the house all day long. He was so excited. I think he made like $6 or $7 or something like that. But that kid was so excited. I never saw a smile so big, even during Christmas time. So he makes about 200 bucks a month right now, and it's so simple. I mean, my son's 15. And he does it under the supervision of myself and my wife, obviously, but he does this. And just like Timothy said earlier about him going on vacation to Florida, me and my wife are going on vacation at the end of July to Hawaii for 7 days, paid for by DS Domination. I've never been to Hawaii. My wife has never been to Hawaii, but the trip is already paid for. It's already paid off, and we have extra income that we're taking with us to be able to have fun and to be able to sit on the beach and drink drinks and go hiking and do all kinds of sightseeing stuff and just have fun for 7 days, because ever since we started, we learned. If you're thinking about, well, this isn't for me or it possibly is for me, take the 20 bucks and just do it. Dig in through your couches, find the pennies, find the quarters, go in your ashtray in your car, turn them in, and just do it. Spend 20 bucks, $19.99, and if you have any questions, anybody will be able to answer them. I will be more than happy to sit here and talk to you. You can call me, you can email me, you can do anything you want. I'll be more than happy to help anybody out. So if you're on the fence, just get off the fence and just do it. It's that simple. I'm out.
Thank you, Corey. That was excellent. I should have taped that. We could have made that a Super Bowl commercial. All right, Freddie, you're up.
Well, in closing, everybody and gentlemen, you all have heard from great leaders down below in the panel. Every one of you, we had a newcomer who already had success in other businesses come over here and say, I've never experienced this before. You've heard testimonies from out of the country, the United States. This woman here had a tremendous testimony. I'm just blown away by the leaders we have from the Dream Team, and my hat's off to every one of you. And if I was going to say anything out there to anybody watching, and we're talking about this fence that everybody's struggling to get off the fence. You know what? Nobody wants to, first of all, just sit on the fence. It might hurt your backside. You can't sit on the fence too long. You got to decide which side you're going to jump off. And I'm going to tell you, jump off the side where we are, because the risk cost is $19.95. You're risking the cost of a pizza, which is no risk. If it was not for you after your first 90 days, go ahead and just fold up your camp and just go back to what it is you are doing. But if you're tired of where you are, and I know you are, why don't you just go ahead and get started today, right after this hangout? Because the work, you have got to take opportunity when it comes your way. I believe open doors are placed before everybody, and these open doors that are placed before you, they don't happen all the time. They happen in seasons of prosperity where, I believe personally that God opens doors for us. And For me personally, as an evangelist, as an international evangelist of the United Pentecostal Church, I'll tell you this: I will not brand myself with something out there that is just hokey pokey or something that would cause people to look at me and be like, "Oh my goodness," because I have to keep my reputation on the line. I have got to keep it, strong. Because first and foremost, I'm a man of God, and I'm a husband to a wife and a father to my children, and I'm a preacher of the Word of God. I would hate to go out there and blow smoke that is just a lie and deceive people into something, and hurt that reputation. So I'm just going to tell you guys this. This is something amazing. You've heard the testimonies below. Don't wait till tomorrow to get started. Get started today, and you won't regret it. We will help you. We'll assist you. And I'll just pass it back to Charles. Thanks, everybody, for having me on board. I love every one of you. Dream Team rocks. Dream Team is the greatest team in DS Domination. Always will be.
Thank you, Freddie. We can trust your word. There's no doubt about that. Oberon, what's your words?
Well, I'm not sure how I can follow that. But when I started DS Domination, I was a single mother. It was just me and the kids. And so I know how some of you might be feeling. You're thinking, well, that's money that I'm taking away from my family, especially if you're in a place where you're not earning a lot of money at the moment. When I started DS, I was on the American equivalent of Social Security. I was on benefits, and I felt so guilty because this money was money that, I could be spending on the family, spending on the children. But it was the best £12.50, $19.99 that I ever spent. And I started off like everybody else. And so if you're worried about it, then I would say is you've been asking for a sign, right? Guess what? This is it. This is the sign. This is what you were asking for. You found your way here for a reason. So go ahead, take your credit card out and give it a go, because if you don't try, you're never going to know. And then in a year's time, you're going to be seeing all of us on this panel and all the other people who took some action after this hangout, doing well, going to Hawaii, going on their vacations, moving to Florida. You'll be seeing my photos on Facebook of me next to the pool, and you're going to get hold of one of us and say, how the heck did you do that? And we'll all say the same thing. We try to tell you. So give it a go, because you've got nothing left to lose other than enough money to maybe get a case of beer. Put down the beer, put down the TV remote, and do something. This is your sign. Give it a go. It works all around the world. It's not just a US thing. I'm doing it from the UK. We've got members all over the world, Australia, South Africa. This is a truly global thing. As long as you've got access to PayPal and access to Amazon and eBay, then you're good to go. And even if you haven't, get a way around it, because you're going to be missing out. I look forward to meeting you, and thank you to the rest of my panelists for giving such brilliant stories. I'm good. Back to you, Charlie.
Thank you, Oberon. I don't think it could be better said. If nothing's going to change unless you take action today. So like Oberon said, take that 1995 and take action. Timothy?
And that's actually what I was going to say. My simple advice is 3 words: take action now. You don't have to worry about the race. You don't have to worry about taking like giant, massive action. Just take action. Take it daily, and you'll have a success story as well. God bless everybody. Back to you, Charlie.
Excellent, Timothy. Excellent. Thank you. Now we go back to Ed. Ed, you have the last words here. How about that?
Sounds good. I'll tell you, like I said, I've been in several different things over the years, and with the tough times that have happened over the past few years, I kind of lost a little bit of the dream. But coming into this business and seeing what it has to offer and being with this incredible team, I've actually got my dreams back. I'm actually thinking about the future and thinking about those vacations and doing that stuff that I've just really had almost given up on. And that's how, it's more than just listing stuff on eBay and Amazon. It's the people that are involved with this business, from the very top of DS Domination down to the very newest member. It's just an incredible organization, and it like I said, it's given me my dreams back. So thanks, Charlie.
Very good. And I want to thank everybody that's been on today, all the panelists, because they've mentioned some very important points. First of all, it's 1995. That's not a risk. You're not going to lose. Second, it's simple to do. Number three, it doesn't matter where you are, whether you're out in Arizona or whether you're in England, you can do this business. It doesn't matter whether you've been in it from the beginning, like Freddie or Corey or Timothy or Eberron, or just getting started like Ed, you can still make a profit. And so we invite you to make a decision today. Join Pro, get your feet wet, start watching the videos, and make a big change in your life. Whether you want to take a vacation to Hawaii, or whether you want to move to the States, or get your dreams back, whatever it is, take that action today. And I think, other than making a profit, because we all need the money. We all need the money. But I think, in my opinion, and all the people that I've met and talked to, NDS Domination and the Dream Team, the biggest change that I have seen is in people's lives. It's bringing their families together. Like Corey, he's teaching his son, and Freddie is home with his family, and so is Oberon. This is great, you know. We're not having to send the kids to daycare, have somebody else watch them. You can stay at home, work, and make a profit home. So again, folks, we appreciate you listening. We appreciate your time. And 1995, get started today. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you, Corey, Ed, Oberon, and thank you, Timothy. We appreciate it. We're off the air.